mid once again. Bjergsen goes in for the flash, puts the gravity well behind a Blaze Olive, and now they're gonna cut him off with the pillar. It's first blood.
The arrow.
Well, we've already got the Leona engaged, and now the Golden Guardian strike. Gold against Team Liquid. 2-0 off Ole's engage. Active Abyssal Mask plus Sunfire combo.
Like 3,000 gold.
Yeah, like just the absolute how did this stay in the game for so long level of efficiency. But down here in bottom, it is already over for Lost as Core JJ grabs the kill and Hansama flashes away from the follow-up. It's support traded for 80, carry 1-for-1. Bwipo with the knock-up underneath the turret for the solo kill. Up Bjergsen's teleport, and now the Team Liquid mid laner is nearly dead against a Blaze Olive's damage. Ole's likely gonna die for his sins, and a Blaze Olive will do the same.
No.
Was it actually worth it?
It was not.
Doesn't appear so. Santorin, Officer Santorin takes a bite out of crime.
Gonna move down, try to start channeling up that Narbar, get that ready to fight, because that is gonna be critical for this potential engage, but here goes now.
All right, Ole's decided to engage, but the counterattack is coming out on a Blaze. Olive is under pressure. Ole, a Blaze, they're both already dead, and Team Liquid's got nobody in trouble. Santorin keeps the chase alive, looking for Pride Stalker as Licorice and Lost try to farm up underneath the Tier 1 turret and remove the wave. TL gets the fight. TL's gonna take the red. Golden Guardians coming back into their own jungle. Is this a mistake? It just might be. Gravity Well's gonna force out a flash. Licorice tries to get away from the Chaos Storm. He'll survive with 200 health. But Team Liquid have decidedly won the fight.
Yeah, that is just really smart stuff. And it's all about the Narbar. You know, I talked about Licorice coming down, and he wanted to charge up his Narbar on that wave. He came one wave early for the Dragon, specifically so he could actually charge up the Narbar, have it at that 90, 95 mark, right where you're easily able to proc it as soon as you need. But TL said, okay, we're not gonna let you do it. Bwipo immediately throws down the ulti. Hansama has his ulti. TL just forced the fight on Mininar. As soon as they see Licorice arrive here, they're saying, there's no shot you get Mega in this fight. He's got 0 rage. So the call is go, go. Look for the fight immediately. Go Spellbook pop there. Really nice timing. Hansama hits the arrow as the R1 as the horn is coming through, and then it can be layered with that knock-in on the second hit. Right on top. So Blaze Olive just fully CC chained there. Ash Arrow into the Ornn ulti. They knock him down. No chance at a counter engage because Licorice doesn't have Mega, and that puts him at sole point here.
No Mega Gnar, and then a Blaze Olive died with the Shockwave still up because of the chain CC that you're talking about. Team Liquid will now enjoy that pressure advantage that you mentioned earlier for the rest of the game. This is so difficult now for Golden Guardians despite a close gold situation, because if you have to commit to stopping this Mountain Soul, remember Soul has about 5,000 golds worth of effective value for any given dragon. That just means that Team Liquid will then have extra pressure on turrets or barons or whatever else.
Absolutely, and it allows your front line to play, you know, I think a lot more aggressive when you do actually have that Mountain Soul shield. It's also a lot easier for the backline if they're diving in there and trying to, you know, pull off 100-0 with some sort of, you know, Orianna combo alongside the Leona. Well, Mountain Soul shield is going to make things a lot more difficult with that as well. The flat resistances on the individual dragons is also really effective at negating any sort of spell pen that's going to be, you know, purchased up potentially from the Orianna. So it does become actually really difficult to deal with. And you already touched on the fact that they have Ornn. I mean, Ornn is already going to be really tough to get through. So when you're playing these kind of slow style games, I think Mountain Soul is a tough one to deal with.
And when we're talking slow style, we've got to remember where we actually stand along that overall timeline of the game, because welcome to level 13, and welcome to the world of those little orange icons in the bottom corner of the item.
Forged grass.
I'm never saying any of that garbage because all it does is confuse people because no one knows what it is.
The orange mythic.
It is the bigger Frozen Fist is what it is, and that is what Bwipo's got equipped, and soon he'll be able to upgrade the arsenal for the rest of the team. 1-0
Who gets the first upgrade? That's your best friend.
Okay, I was going to put this in terms. See, now we're opposite. Now you're saying the goofy stuff, and I was looking at it as well. You definitely got to give it to one of your guys who's doing the damage. You're like, no, I will abandon you as my friend. Okay.
That's how you signify it, you know, as Ornn.
All right, if Starter was Ornn, I would always give you the first upgrade.
Oh, thank you.
But he's not, so that'll never happen. As Licorice is going to get yeeted up into the air, Core JJ's ready for follow-up, and Bwipo gets a killing spree. Golden Guardian's going to see what they can find on the other side of the map. Is there a counterattack to be had? Isaac, I don't think there is.
Nope, not too much, but it looks like they might be able to knock down the turret. Bjergsen softens up the wave with his ulti, so all those minions will only take one auto instead of the two. But Pride Soccer can just tank this up. They're going to finish it off, so nicely done. Good attempt there from Bjergsen. It is smart for him to micro his ultimate just to the back line because that does reduce, even if you get one pulse on the range minions, it's one turret shot instead of two, right? So it's doubled the speed. But TL can do the same thing on the bot side. Already touched on it. Trundle's one of the best turret killers in the game. Your W gives you attack speed. Guess what? Works on towers. Your Chomp is an auto attack reset, and the Chomp itself works on the towers. So Trundle crushes them. Bwipo just tanks it up for him, and the Divine Thunder or Trundle makes short work of it. But still, very, very close game. Golden Guardians, a lot of pressure on them due to the situation with the Dragons. But if they can really get it together here and showcase some great team fighting, you can absolutely come back in this game. You know, the soul has not been cashed in on yet, so all of that effort that TL has spent on it hasn't really paid off yet.
It's close, but not quite over the line. Bwipo has also now fully evolved his Fimbulwinter. He chooses Hans Sama as his best buddy. That is the first upgrade to another teammate. The Gale Force has arrived. Now, the fight itself, this soul fight that's going to be so important, 45 seconds away. You can see both teams contesting the mid lane wave. Both teams trying to get some vision established here in the bottom side river. Bjergsen is up in top lane, but he has his teleport ready to go to arrive. Please note that the other three solo laners in the game also have teleports ready for whatever their position might be, and it's Golden Guardians who currently occupy the river.
Yeah, Blaze Olive and Licorice feel like pretty ready to go. They're on 2 items, Pride Sucker's on 2 items. Kind of sucks for Zeri though, because Lost is a lot of your damage, and you know, just on the Triforce plus the Tiamat is not like a big power spike at this point in the game, and this is a fight that yeah, if he was on Titanic, I would like their chances a lot more. You know, Hans is on 2 items plus the BF, but they do have the inside track. Licorice trying to charge up, and TL's just gonna go.
Bwipo's ready to start it off, and Ole's about to die here at the very beginning. A Blaze Olive trying to disengage here with the exhaust on him, finds a shockwave on 2, but Lost is already gone. Core JJ with a flash dredge line, but a Blaze Olive with a flash of his own to get away. Santorin keeps trying to cut off the fleeing members of the Golden Guardians. He walks right past Licorice, looks for the pillar onto a Blaze Olive. The rest of the team finds Licorice. The Mega Gnar is way too late to do anything that matters. And Hans Sama's flash forward into the volley double kill means Team Liquid takes the fight, takes the soul, and takes firm hold over this game.
Man, making it look easy in these team fights. The gold is close, but it's 11-3, and now up to 2.5k gold lead. Plus, you add in the thousands of gold of value from the soul. You add in the value from the Ornn upgrades that are coming through. And again, you know, you're showing up. You don't have the Narbar charged here, so TL, they just force the fight. It's Licorice on 0 rage here, and actually follow Pride Stalker on the side. You know, it's this area on the side here. Pride Stalker jumps back towards Lost and actually jumps over where the arrow is going to come. So the arrow tags onto Lost right here, doesn't actually have the angle to block for him. Pride Stalker, that's one you gotta take the L on that. You gotta die for your AD or he can't be there in the first place. But Lost didn't flash it, maybe he didn't see it, or maybe he thought the Polar Bear was gonna block that. But as soon as that happens, the fight is just over. There's no shot when your AD goes down that early. And yes, it's a great Mega Gnar ulti here from Licorice, but too little too late. He doesn't have any threat at the beginning of the fight until he gets Mega, and TL are just capitalizing on this so well. So, I mean, Licorice has to do a better job of showing up to the fights with his Narbar at a point that you can actually threaten a turn.
And hey, look at the damage in the last fight. It was Hans Sama topping the charts, but it was Santorin right behind him there. The power of the Trundle just eating through these guys as Team Liquid with their Mountain Soul and a 2,500 gold lead are taking control over the top side river now. Their 4-man squad might just look for Licorice here. Core JJ not gonna find the dredge line. Both mid laners are not present for what could be this fight as Licorice tries to get out and Santorin leads the way. Bwipo's coming around from the other angle. Licorice is locked down, a defensive Mega Gnar to try to get himself out. He uses a stopwatch, but what's it gonna do? Not a thing. Ole's the next target, and Leona's not tanky enough to survive this TL squad. A Blaze Olive stuck underneath the tier 2 turret will buy a moment longer with a stopwatch, but that is it. Golden Guardians are lined up in a neat little single file line, and Team Liquid is checking them all out.
Man, I want to see a replay of that and count the tower shots on Bwipo. It looked like he tanked a good 15 tower shots or something there. Just fully taking up the tower through that entire scrap. taking no damage whatsoever. I said this was going to be a long game. Egg on my face. It looks like TL, they're just pushing in for the win.
Team Liquid at 26 minutes. They got 5 players in the enemy base, and Golden Guardians only got 1. Golden Guardians only got none left. Excuse me. Team Liquid 17-3 in a game that never even had a 1,000 gold difference until what felt like 20 minutes are now about to end it and take the Nexus. Bwipo wants to pad his stats a little bit more, but the team's got